So, you're doing a little trick-or-treating. Ding dong! Woo!
Did anyone else find it weird that these guys' main bullying tactic was improv games? Halloween is just over a week away, and I'll be honest, I've been super busy, and October kinda got away from me this year, and I haven't had the time to do my usual 31 days of Halloween movies, but 10 is a nice round number for a list of movies to get you in the mood for the season, wouldn't you say? In no particular order, here's the movies I'm gonna be watching this week. Disney's The Legend of Sleepy Hollow is basically the cartoon that launched a million horror fans. You've all seen this one, and if you're like me, it was your gateway to the genre. It's classic Disney, with Bing Crosby bumming his way through Washington Irving's tale of schoolmaster Ichabod Crane facing off against Brom Bones, and eventually, the legendary Headless Horseman. Bonus points if you can track down the VHS bubble pack version that includes the shorts Lonesome Ghosts on Trick or Treat.
Trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat for Halloween.
Because I watched the Disney version so many times, I was really disappointed with Tim Burton's take on the tale when I first saw Sleepy Hollow. But it grew on me over the years, and now I can say that not only have I come to love the movie, it's probably my favorite work from Burton. The changes to the story work and make for an exciting and entertaining feature-length movie with amazing production design that pays homage to not only the Disney short, but also classic horror films from Hammer and Universal. John Carpenter's Halloween is kind of a no-brainer here. You've got to watch it every year. It's like a rule or something. But what's brilliant is that it didn't need to be a Halloween movie. It was originally titled The Babysitter Murders, but it works so well because it's Halloween. Now speaking of, I'm a huge Halloween 3 Season of the Witch apologist. I think that movie is phenomenal, but it gets a bad rap because of the lack of Michael Myers. The thing is, the series was going to be an anthology of Halloween stories, but they didn't get away from Michael Myers until the third movie. And by that point, it just got confusing and fans didn't respond well to the weird story of druids trying to take over the world with Halloween masks. If it was just called Season of the Witch instead of Halloween 3, it would be hailed as a classic, and I wouldn't have to refer to myself as a Halloween 3 apologist. Hocus Pocus is another obvious choice, and it's ridiculously fun, mainly because of the epic performances by Sarah Jessica Parker, Kathy Najimy, and Bette Midler as the Sanderson sisters. It's also one of the last great kids' horror movies. Kids growing up in the 80s and 90s had all kinds of great PG monster movies, but not long after this one, they sort of disappeared, and no one really knows why. And while we're on the topic of great kids' horror, even though it's not specifically a Halloween movie, Fred Decker's The Monster Squad sure feels like one. It has a bunch of 12-year-old monster kids standing off against Dracula and his lineup of classic monsters, and it's easily one of my all-time favorite movies. It's super 80s, but in the best ways possible, and it feeds off the whole kids saving the world from evil thing that Hocus Pocus does. Now, The Guest snuck up on me as a Halloween movie. More thriller than horror, the Adam Wingard film has Dan Stevens as a former soldier who arrives at the home of his deceased best friend and winds up staying with the family for a bit. The tension ramps up as you realize something is off here, but you can't quite put your finger on it. Now, like Carpenter's Halloween, it's a movie that doesn't have to take place on Halloween, but works better because it does. Especially the third act that mostly takes place at a community center decorated for what looks to be an amazing Halloween dance / haunted house. Tales of Halloween is basically just the entire Southern California horror community coming together to make 10 really fun Halloween shorts. The balance of horror and comedy fluctuates across the entries, but they come together to make an entertaining anthology that belongs on your October watch list. Now, not only are the films written and directed by genre heavyweights like Axel Carolyn, Lucky McKee, John Skipp, Andrew Cash, and Neil Marshall, they also feature an incredible lineup of horror actors and some really fun cameos, my favorite of which is Drew Struzan, the famed poster artist known for, well, all the best movies, and he plays the worst police sketch artist ever. And continuing with anthologies, Mike Dougherty's Trick or Treat is basically the definition of a cult classic. Initially overlooked by a lot of people, mostly due to how it limped into release 3 years after being made, it's an absolute gem of interwoven Halloween stories that has become a favorite for horror fans. And the character of Sam has moved into genre icon status with the likes of Jason, Ghostface, Chucky, and Billy, or Jigsaw. Let's face it, with Saw, the line between puppeteer and puppet are about as blurred as Frankenstein and his monster, and fans of the series are just as adamant about correcting you if you get it wrong. So Billy is the puppet, Jigsaw is the guy. The entire Saw series falls into Halloween watching territory as a new installment dropped every October from 2004 to 2010. Going to see a Saw movie was as much of a Halloween tradition as carving a jack-o'-lantern. And now the tradition is back with Jigsaw. Picking up a decade later, the 8th film in the series follows detectives as they investigate a series of grisly murders where the MO matches the long-deceased Jigsaw killer. It's in theaters on October 27th. So what's on your go-to Halloween watch list? Let us know in the comments, and remember, Fright Hype and Crypt TV are all over the internet. Now until the next time, keep the horror on the screen and off the street. I'll see you then.
Watch new scary vids every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.